There we go. First of all, can I just tell you guys, I am so pumped because guess who became part of the Jeep family last night? I'm so excited. How wild is that this gets to be part of our business and what we do? And I'm so happy my husband was finally like, okay, fine, we'll just do it. Listen, his whole thing was a Grand Wagoneer won't fit in the garage. And literally, it's like a quarter of an inch between the back of my car and the garage door. I won't even park it in the garage. My husband has to do it, but she fits. She fits. I'm so excited though. So today we are going to, oh, before we get into this too, I want to know who here type Blitz in the chat if you are joining Rob Sperry's Blitz. Listen, this is one of the things like I love reinvesting in my business through incredible mentors like Rob Sperry. But let me tell you what, I know for me, I knew I had to get that VIP ticket because what terrified me more than anything is when he said every single VIP is going to have a one-on-one chat with him. And we're going to like drill down those obstacles that are holding you back from your next level. That made me want to throw up. And I was like, no, I should not get the VIP ticket. But that was the moment where I was like, Nicolette, you have to do it because this is terrifying you. So that means this is the thing that you need to do to move forward next. So listen, I'm scared. Anyone else get the VIP ticket? You get to schedule that one-on-one. Super intimidating, but it's going to be so dang valuable. And I'm really excited to see so many of us in that group going through this mentorship together. This is the type of thing where you invest in your business, but it ultimately pays you back exponentially because of what you're able to grow and implement in your business, not even just during the 4 weeks, but obviously moving forward for weeks and weeks to come. So let's dive right in. So today's topic is about pivoting conversations. And when I was sitting here thinking this morning, you know, every single day this week, we have a really important topic that helps you with income producing activities, helps you grow your reach, your connections, build relationships, convert more customers, convert more associates, which is the goal in our power of one, is to find that one new associate and help them get started. And if you can do that, then guess what? You can do it again. If you can do that, then guess what? You could teach someone else how to do it. And that's where the duplication and the ripple effect takes place. But I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, pivoting conversations. This is something that's always been probably one of the most scary and challenging parts of growing my online business since I started over a decade ago. And it's because if you're pivoting a conversation, that means that this is somebody that you have reached out to because you care about them and you want to get your products in front of them, but you're literally just trying to start a conversation, right? This isn't someone who is already voting in your stories because you don't need to pivot those conversations. They're expressing interest. This isn't someone who's commenting on your post for more information, right? This isn't your story viewers. These are people that you don't need to pivot because they are shopping in your shop. Even if they're just window shopping, which is what I call story viewers. These are people where you can dive right in. Say, hey, I noticed you here. Let's get you in our testimonial group. I'd love to share more about the products. There's no pivot necessary. But the conversations that you're pivoting, these are the people that you are thinking to yourself, I want to get this information in front of this person, but I don't want to just spam them. So let me reconnect. Or let me start a new friendship with someone new on social media with the hopes that we can work together. These are your dream team people. These are the people that, you know, your warm market where you're like, oh my gosh, I would literally die if Stacy joined me. But I'm not going to get there yet. I'm just going to say hello and ask her how she's been. But then what next? And it gets to the point where, honestly, I've even been guilty of ghosting my own conversation because I'm like, you know what? I don't even know where to go from here. I'm just gonna assume she probably doesn't need this anyway. I don't want to make this awkward. Hopefully, now that we've connected, fingers crossed, she'll see my stories and end up reaching out. But guess what? This is not a fingers crossed business, and it never ever will be. So those pivotal moments in the conversation, right? Where the pivot happens, it's so, so, so important to not run away from that. Okay. So most of you, you're already doing the brave thing. You're reaching out. You're getting started. You're wishing someone a happy birthday. And when they come back, they're like, thanks so much. Yeah, going out of town this weekend. Can't wait. Then you're like, heart that message. Great, good for you. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to turn this around. What was the point of that? Right? We're going to talk about all of the different ways that you can confidently pivot conversations so they stop fizzling out and dying. And then you're in your own head thinking, listen, they wouldn't be interested anyway. And then we make up all the excuses for them, right? Without them ever even getting the chance to understand and learn about the opportunity that we have here. I want you to know pivoting is not being pushy. It's not like attacking somebody with your links and your products. Okay, pivoting a conversation is about just being clear with a solution that you have that they might be interested in learning more about. Okay, most people that we know and that we're talking to, that we're reconnecting with, or saying, hey, it's great to connect here on Facebook. You know, you were suggested as a friend. You look super friendly. Your family's beautiful. Nice to meet you. Most of these people that we are starting conversations with, they're bloated, they're burnt out, they're broke, or even just bored. And when I say bored, I don't mean that they're not busy as heck, because I don't know a whole lot of people who aren't busy as heck, but I know a whole lot of people who are unfulfilled as heck. Makes sense? What we have to offer, it's such a dynamic thing. You should be able to literally pivot any conversation into something that's meaningful, that could lead someone to a solution that will ultimately change their life, right? When you learn to pivot, you're turning these casual conversations into transformation and change, not just for them, but also for you. So whether it's helping somebody feel better, sleep better, get rid of inflammation, finally start creating income for their family, being able to say yes to more things and have more financial flexibility, or even get a new Jeep, right? You're offering something that helps them move forward in a better way. I don't know a single person out there who is not looking for a better way in their health and their wealth. You're just guiding them there. That is it. And what I love about being able to pivot conversations is our focus this month is to find that one associate weaving in not just health, but also wealth, the opportunity to earn an income online while you're working on your health and wellness goals, right? How amazing is it that we can lead people to the opportunity with the Run to Jade and the Run to Jade Plus bonus to earn $1,500 to $2,000 or $3,000 in their first 60 days, just with those bonuses getting started, all while they're looking better and feeling better with our products. That is huge. And with our builder bundle on sale, listen, it's a $450 investment and you get our 7 top selling products and your business completely launched for you, your links done, your website done, access to everything that you need to successfully launch our Power of One blueprint. You've got social media done for you. But guess what? You also have your roadmap to your first $1,000 in 30 days. And then your second $1,500 or more in your second month. So you can completely eliminate the friction when it comes to cost because of how lucrative that compensation plan is up front, which should make it that much more exciting for you to pivot conversations, not just to, hey, I've got something for you to think about regarding your health But listen to me, I've got something for you to think about regarding your wealth and your financial future. And when you can marry those two goals together, that is nothing short of epic. So I want you guys to write down these affirmations, get out a sticky note, put them somewhere all this week. If you're feeling stuck or you're like, oh my gosh, I'm being salesy. Oh my gosh, am I being awkward? I want you to read these affirmations to yourself, okay? Number one, and I'll copy and paste them in the chat. I can lead conversations with confidence. I can lead conversations with confidence. Number two, I don't need a perfect moment. I create it. Number three, I offer solutions, not pressure. Number four, people are lucky to get this information from me. And that is the truth. All of those things are the truth. Typically, if you're in your head about, I'm not sure, we've said hello, we've chit-chatted a little bit, and now I'm not sure what to do next, and you're freaking out because you feel weird. You're the one making it weird. The conversation is not weird. You're the one in your head making it weird, okay? So now that we've got the right mindset about pivoting conversations, there's some different styles of pivots that you can approach depending on who you're talking to. And I think we kind of get stuck in okay, well, what is the pivot script that I could copy and paste in every conversation? It doesn't exist. It depends on who you're talking to, what your relationship is, what the vibe of the conversation is, the way that you feel your offer could most benefit this individual, right? So the first form of pivot is the friendly pivot. This is one of my favorites because most of the people on my personal Facebook page that I'm chatting with, we've had a relationship at some point. We've been friends. And so I like to say something along the lines of, oh my gosh, I just realized I never even told you what I've been doing lately. It's been helping so many people, and it would be so fun for us to do this together. I feel like a jerk for not mentioning this before right now. You would be so good at this. Can I share more? That's it. And you don't feel like, yeah, I'm going to give you scripts. Don't feel like you have to take notes on that because I am going to give you, what did I call it? The pivot library. So you're going to get a pivot library. But listen, you don't need scripts. However, I personally love to have written out examples because when I do get stuck, it's like seeing so many on paper gives me permission to get creative with my own words. It gives me permission to feel comfortable taking the action that I know I need to take, right? So I'm going to give you guys the pivot library. Now, example number two, so we've got the friendly pivot, right? I'm such a jerk that I haven't mentioned this before, and I need to tell you right now because I love you so much. That's basically the vibe. The curious pivot. This is just a light, non-threatening, like, hey, can I just be random for a sec? I thought of you for something that I've been working on, that I've been building that helps other people feel better and earn income from their phone. Are you into wellness at all? Or have you ever thought about earning income online? That is so gentle, non-threatening. Are you into this or have you thought about this? That's it, okay? Casual pivot. You're not asking people for their credit card. You're not giving them links and telling them about daily health system. You're simply just steering the conversation a teeny bit. And from there, that's where you start talking about health and wellness goals, testimonial group, transformations, product recommendations, the business side of things. But just that little tweak of a pivot, that helps them go from somebody that you're talking to who's not a lead at all. It's just a connection that you have to someone who is now a qualified lead because they are open to learning more about what you have to offer. Okay, now we have the service-based pivot. When someone mentions something about being tired or stressed or having gut issues or money, that casually happens in conversations quite a bit. Let me tell you what, I message happy birthdays every single day. And you'd be shocked at how many people come back. And I always end in a question, hey, do you have any fun plans? What are you up to? Most people, not most, a lot of people come back and they're like, girl, I have to work. Oh, I hate that I have to go there. This job is sucking the life out of me. And hello, I've got a better way to earn income. So that gives me the opportunity to then pivot the conversation to a financial opportunity that they might want to take a look at. Okay. So the service-based pivot, it might sound something like, I've actually been helping a ton of people with that exact thing, and it has been a game changer. And it's honestly the reason I started doing what I'm doing now. I can totally relate to what you're telling me. Would you like to take a look? Do you want more information? Are you open to learning more? That's one of my favorite lines in a pivot. Are you open to learning more? Because most people don't want to feel like they're closed. They want to feel like they're, yeah, I'm open. Yeah, I'm open to learning more. Okay, sure, I'm open. They don't want to agree to the fact that, nope, I am closed off. Okay. Are you open to learning more is a great one. And then the last pivot is when you're talking to people who you know would be amazing at this. Okay. This is the you'd be great pivot. Listen, you've got the exact energy and vibe of someone who I would love to partner with in this business I've been building for X months, X years, whatever you want to say. Have you ever thought about earning based on your wellness habits and routines? You're the type of person people trust, and you would be absolutely incredible at this. I would love to share more with you. Are you open to learning more? Okay, so I'm going to give you guys, let me copy the link right here. This is the pivot library coming in the chat. So you'll see 20 just universal pivots that you can use in any conversations. You're going to see birthday pivots for when people respond back, thanks so much, that's so sweet, you're wishing me a happy birthday. Pivots that you can use in those conversations. Compliment pivots, right? When you compliment someone in their story and they respond back, oh, thanks, you're so sweet. And then you're like, great, where do I go from here? Okay, well, now you've got compliment pivots. Pivots for the ghosters and the conversations that have fizzled. Pivots for the people who are engaging and voting in your non-wellness related things, right? How many of you have put stories up and you're, oh, help me choose my nails? And it's like, who cares who voted in there? That was just for engagement. Oh no, well now you can go in. Thanks for helping me choose my nails. I ended up going with option B. That was so much fun. Guess, you know, one of the main reasons why I started this business in the first place was because I wanted to be able to treat myself to a manicure pedicure. You understand what I'm saying? Have you ever thought about doing something like this? It'd be fun to do it together. Are you open to learning more? Then you've got the friends and family pivots. So that is your pivot library, right? So use those. What I've done, I printed it out and I highlighted my favorites. So I've got my favorites on here. I keep it right in front of me so I'm not sitting there getting stuck in conversations. And here's another hack, okay? You can highlight your favorites, and what you can do is actually go into the keyboard in your phone. Okay, go into the settings, go into the keyboard, and you can create a keyboard shortcuts for conversation pivots. So you might say BP1, birthday pivot 1. And when you type that in, it's going to immediately populate the message that you want to use to pivot your birthday conversations. So you can put a bunch of those in there and just populate your conversational pivots with ease without having to really think much about it. And it's not going to automatically send it. So let's say, you know, you populate one and now it's pasted into your message and you want to tweak it a little bit, go ahead and tweak it before you send it. But it just takes that overthinking out of it. And you can just send the message. And then the ball is in their court. You've done your part. It doesn't matter Now, if they're like, I cannot believe she tried, who cares? Who cares? If it's not well received, then that's okay. But if it was never received at all, that's terrible, right? You're missing out on so many people and opportunities to create impact because we get stuck and we ghost our own conversations because we don't do that pivot. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep this is only going to be like a 30-minute call, but until 12:30, okay, for the next 9 minutes, I want you to try to get out there and pivot 10 conversations. And if you don't have conversations going, that's a problem. Go wish the happy birthdays. Even if it's all from so far in July, you could wish a belated birthday. Ask them, what kind of plans that they've got going on. But you want to make sure that you always have 10 conversations in play. People that you're talking to, asking questions to, building relationships with, right? Yes, go pivot the ones you started yesterday with Sarah. Everyone started at least 10 yesterday. I saw it in the Legacy Maker page. So let's go pivot 10. I'll give you until 12:30. If you get more, cool. But try to at least get 10 because it shouldn't take a full minute to send a quick message to 10 people, right? So ready, set, go. I'm going to do it too. I'm going to mute myself because I like to you can voice memo your pivots too. It doesn't have to be written out, but I'm going to do some voice memos. No, you want to hear my voice memos. Listen, I'll tell you exactly which one that I've been using a lot lately. Because I can get, if you watched my training at Legacy Makers Live, I offer free guides that I've created with ChatGPT. And so I can get a lot of comments for a free guide. But then people are just like, great, I got my free thing. And it's kind of like you feel like a robot, like they don't want to talk to you anymore. So I've started a lot of conversations and sent them this free thing, this free value, and then they never respond back again. So what I'm doing is I'm going in and pivoting those conversations back to my offer, okay? So I'm saying, so hey, listen, I've been helping a lot of people start earning extra income while getting healthy using these science-backed holistic supplements. This company goes beyond affiliate commissions and actually pays a monthly salary as well. If you're already on social media, hello, LOL, waving emoji, then it could be a great fit. Would you be open to taking a look? So that's what I'm sending to the people who have downloaded something free from me, but then never talked to me again. How rude. All right, 6 minutes left. I do not know the way to get to keyboard shortcuts on Android. Oh, ask ChatGPT. Look at us. Yep, smart. I'll put it in a Word document really quick. Let me copy paste that. Okay, here comes a Word doc version. Okay, so LaDonna, so when someone is open to learning more, that's when you start using third-party tools. Get them into the testimonial group. You know, I like to, so I always start off when somebody's like, yes, okay, I'm open to learning more. Tell me more. I'm like, great. Tell me a little bit about your top 2 to 3 health and wellness goals. Or if I'm pivoting toward the business, great. Tell me a little bit more about what's got you most curious about this opportunity. And then we start going from there. I'm either going to send them a recent overview presentation or invite them to one that's coming up, or I'm going to send them to the testimonial group, obviously, tag them in some testimonials that make sense based on their goals. And then from there, it's just, hey, were you able to check this out? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Over and over again until they're like, I need this in my life. Tell me my next steps. Or get them in a 3-way conversation with your upline. Aaron's already got it up on the website. So fast. All right, 3 minutes left. Yes, I love that, Nicole. She says, what are your thoughts, or what did you love most about what you heard/read/saw, depending on what you sent them? That gears them automatically into a positive mindset where they're like, what did I love most? Here are my favorite parts. Stephanie, if I invited them to an overview and they couldn't make it, then I'd get a replay in their hands. Or I'd see if they're available to jump on the phone. All right, 2 minutes left. See if you can get to 10 pivots. I'm going to put a post in the Legacy Maker too for accountability, like Sarah did yesterday. So you guys can go comment when you've gotten your 10 pivots done. And remember, the goal is simple. All the conversations that you're starting, the pivoting that you're doing, your goal is to find one associate. One associate. Doesn't that just sound like I could do that today? Not I need all month, but I could do that today. I could sort through conversations and connections until I find one associate. And that's the simplicity of the power of one. Well, Lisa Ann, now hopefully your birthday messages will be a powerful resource for you. So the best way to move from the testimony group to the joining phase, you know, follow the ATM process, right? But if you know their goals, make those product recommendations and say, you know, I tagged you in a few testimonials. I'd love for you to check out these stories. And based on what you've told me and what I've learned about these supplements, here's where I would recommend starting. Give them the link and ask them what their thoughts are. All right, we've made it to 10 minutes. Hopefully you got your 10 pivots. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I know you guys have been asking in the chat box, which is awesome. Yeah, you can send it in the cart for sure. What I like to do is, I mean, typically I always start people with the metabolic trio, unless it's something glaringly obvious that they need that's separate from that. But I'll recommend the metabolic trio and why, right? Daily health system and enrich. And then if there's other things that I feel that they would benefit from, like Mojo or collagen, I'll tell them, listen, I also added these on. I think they'd be super helpful for you because XYZ. I added it all to the cart, but so you can click on each of them and dive deeper on the website. But if there's something that you don't feel like you want right now, you can just remove it from the cart. That way they don't feel like, oh my gosh, she sent me this cart and there's like 8 products in there. I'm overwhelmed and I don't need all these. Remove it. You have permission to remove it. But at least they can click on it and go. The website is just so great. When I click on the products and I'm able to read and learn and see ingredients, it's just beautiful. So I like to put together that custom cart based on their goals and then tell them, I want you to take a look at these, click on them individually. Feel free to remove anything from the cart that you don't feel like now is the right time where you want to start it. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. That's okay, Lynn. You can pivot later. Yeah. So Leah, if they don't make the purchase, I mean, typically it's within 24 to 48 hours where I'm like, hey, I just wanted to make sure that link went through. Did that work for you? Or is there something else? Did you have more questions for me? So on the Legacy Maker website and inside the team page on Facebook, there is a training on how to build a cart if you're unsure how to do that. I believe it's Heidi Draper who did the training. Oh, I love that. Veronica says she likes to say, hey, I'm placing orders right now. Would you like me to help you place yours too? Oh, I like that a lot. Janice, Aaron just shared the link if you're looking for how to build a cart. Misty, benefits to placing order on subscription. Customers, I believe, get $5 off, but really it's just about convenience so you don't run out. I know for me, like I literally don't know what I would do if I ran out of Mojo. I have no idea how I would survive. So that needs to be on auto ship so I can make sure I never, ever, ever run out. It's just, it's convenience. It is terrifying. I don't even want to think about it. Okay, no discounts for anyone, but customers do have that loyalty program. That's right. Yeah, activate too. No joke. Literally all of it. Like even Quench. I just don't know how it would survive. All right, everyone. Well, I hope this was helpful. I hope you're so excited to have a fresh perspective and feel really empowered in pivoting your conversations because these are the most important ones. These are the people that you're choosing to bring into your client community, more importantly, your business. So let's not ghost our own conversations or talk ourselves out of, making the conversation go from small talk to something really meaningful and transformative. Now you've got the tools, right? You know exactly how to do it. So 10x those signups, get more people, pivot all day, every day, and have fun doing it. All right. We'll see you guys soon. I'm going to go take my new Jeep for a joyride for the first time. So excited. Thanks, Trinant. All right. See you guys later.